Yes, and welcome back to the channel with myself, Luke. So I hope you had a fantastic week. It is Friday, the 12th of April, and in just over one more week, so 8 days, 14 hours, 13 minutes, Bitcoin is about to go into its next halving. This is big news. If you're new to crypto, you don't know what the halving is, then I suggest you go and check that out. Obviously, old timers, you know what the halving is all about. Basically, in a nutshell, for the new guys and girls out there in crypto, basically Bitcoin just becomes more scarce and in the long run more expensive. So if you're going to take anything from myself or any other YouTuber out there, not financial advice of course, if you don't have Bitcoin, then why not? So I recommend looking at Bitcoin if you don't know what it's about, and obviously for the rest of us, we know what we need to do with Bitcoin at the current prices. Yes, Bitcoin's at 70k, but anything before the halving is relatively cheap. Where we're going to go this year, and especially over this decade, of course, we're going to see eventually, my opinion, definitely one day a $1 million Bitcoin. You might think I'm crazy, but I've seen Bitcoin go from 3,500 to the last the last bull run, all the way up to what, 67, 68k. Before that, when I first got in 2017-18, I didn't buy any Bitcoin. I thought crypto was a scam. I was one of those idiots that thought so I didn't buy anything for 2 years. So 2017 I entered crypto. I didn't really start buying until 2020, 2019, around the last, just before the last cycle basically. So yes, I've been in crypto 7 years, but I made massive mistakes not getting in properly earlier and thinking that Bitcoin was skeptical. So if you think crypto is a massive Ponzi scheme, which most of them are, I'll be honest, so you do have to be careful. Again, what I'm saying is not financial advice. You have to do your own research, but Bitcoin is legit. It's the king of crypto. I'm not a big Bitcoin maxi, but it is what it is. Bitcoin leads the way, and that's what we're going to look at also with the altcoins as well. So this is massive. Bitcoin in just over a week. So that will, I think it's on the Saturday or the Sunday, wherever you are. And yeah, so after that, we're going to look at another chart that I've found very interesting, just to show you the last few cycles and what it could mean for us going forward with this cycle. So of course 2024 going into 2025, the next year, the next 365 days after the halving, it's going to be phenomenal. So if you're already into crypto, then fantastic. If you're not, then why not? Not financial advice again, but you should start looking into getting into Bitcoin, into other altcoins. And if you are skeptical, then you can always get free crypto. So how do you get that? Well, one of my last videos talks about how to get free crypto, so go and check that video out. And just going over now into, but before we go into the charts, let's look at crypto bubble. So yeah, Bitcoin, because it's going sideways, the altcoins this week have been doing pretty well, most of them. Some of them are down 10-15%, so if you're dollar cost averaging, then why not pick them up a lot cheaper? But the rest of the space, that's the top 100, the top 200, yeah, so things are going quite well for the week. For the day, yeah, something, pups, whatever that is, I have no idea. But just going back to the other 100, it's pretty red right across the board, but nothing major, and that's because Bitcoin basically on the charts doesn't know what to do, and is the reason, most likely in my opinion, is because of the halving. So people, 50% of them think we're going to go down, another 50% think we're going to go up, and that's as simple as that. So my opinion, it's because of the halving. That's why right now we're going sideways. So I have been talking about a pullback before the halving. Could happen over the next week. I mean, in crypto, things happen so fast. It's not like traditional markets. In 1 week, it could be like 1 month, even 1 year. And that's not an exaggeration in the traditional markets. 1 week in crypto can be like 1 year in traditional markets. Absolutely crazy when you're in crypto. So I wouldn't put it past Bitcoin next week to have a massive dump. I don't think that's going to happen now. Could happen. And I don't think we're going to have a huge pump. I personally, right now, after seeing this, I think we're just going to keep going sideways, especially over the weekend. We're going into the weekend now. Nothing really happens that much on the weekend. If anything does, then of course I'll be one of the first to tweet or put a video out there as fast as possible. So I think we're just going to see something like this again. We have broken the resistance here of this symmetrical triangle. I've spoken about that already on my channel, so I'm not going to go into that again. You can go and check those last few videos and the trade that you can enter there. So yeah, for me, I just think we're going to continue to go side to side like this, and then after the halving, 365 days of fundamentals. So yeah, I can see us easily going into that six-figure Bitcoin even as soon as the summer. But let me know what you think. Let me know where you think Bitcoin is heading into, maybe in the summer, late spring, at the end of this year, early next year. Just let me know if you think we're going to see a six-figure dollar Bitcoin. I think most of us in crypto are expecting that. Maybe 100,000, 120,000 is very, very small for some. That's because I have PTSD from the last cycle. Most of us have PTSD from that cycle. So last cycle everybody was calling for 100, six-figure Bitcoin, didn't happen. Now not many are saying more than 150 to 200k. Most likely Bitcoin could go beyond up to 300,000. But personally for me, I've got my plan, and that is as soon as we go past that $100,000 level, then that's when I'll start DCAing out of my positions, especially in altcoins around that period. I won't sell everything. When we get, the next step will be 125, 150, 175 and so on. So you should always take profits off the table. That's one, not financial advice again, but that's what I do. Always take profits as the market is going up. Have a plan, or you're going to get wrecked. You're going to see your portfolio go up tens of thousands, some of you hundreds of thousands maybe, and come crashing down 90-odd%. That's just the reality of crypto. So just be careful, don't get greedy as we enter this the bull leg of the run, because that's what we're about to enter now. As soon as we get past this blue line, we are entering into the yearly bull run of crypto, and this is what we see here. This is the chart I pulled out. So these are the last 3 cycles. We clearly have almost a 2-year bear cycle where we go obviously bear for a year, then we have a consolidation. We hit that low, and then from that consolidation we continue to consolidate into just before the bull run, and then after the halving we usually have that explosive move. So you can see the halving is represented here, here and here, and the last 3 cycles, as you can see, as soon as we got past that, okay, 2017 bull run, after the halving we did have a dump down, but it was very, very quick. And then all of a sudden we had that explosive rally all the way to the very beginning of 2018. But the first cycle in 2011 to 2013, as soon as we got past that halving event, we just had a parabolic rise straight up to 260, what was that, $261 or something. This one was obviously 20k, the last one was 67, 68k, and the last cycle, just before that, we had obviously this huge crash because of that Black Swan event. But again, the last cycle, as soon as we got past the halving, a year of madness, and we had a double top. So last time, I'm thinking we had a blow off top. The second cycle, we had a double top. Could we possibly be having a triple top this time round for this cycle? Well, who knows what could happen, but just to look at this, we are currently sitting at 70k, so we are right there, if you can see that on my screen where my cursor is, because this is a few months old, this pattern. We're pretty much bang on the lines, that's going from red to green, and now the halving is a week away, and after that 365 days, and that's it. What happens if I press this? Okay, there we go. So it's all looking good. If the cycles repeat like the last 3 have done, obviously things rhyme, but nothing completely 100% follows the same way. But I mean, you can clearly see for yourself how the market, the cycle works for Bitcoin. So for me, if you are buying dollar cost averaging now, then fantastic. In altcoins as well, that's for sure. Maybe 2 months after the halving event, but then personally for me, I would stop buying especially in August, in summer, sorry, early summer. Personally, I would just stop buying. That's something that I'm doing because we're entering that rally, and most people start buying during the rally and get wrecked because yeah, everybody. I mean, it happens I've seen it so many times, and that's just the way it is. So if you've already got your bags ready, fantastic. Dollar cost average, maybe continue to do that over the next 2-3 months max, and then especially for me, I would just stop buying crypto altogether for for the bull run, because what's the point? I mean, that's just my opinion. If you don't agree with me, let me know in the comments. Be interested knowing what you do and what you think about that. So it's exciting. We're about to enter the most exciting, and if you're new, most thrilling experience ever for the year of the bull run. You're gonna I think you're gonna be blown away by this, and certainly last time I made some huge mistakes, sold too early in some coins, didn't sell in others. Overall I made a nice profit, but I could have made much more. So one thing is obviously you're not going to time the bottoms and the tops. You have to have a plan, stick to it. Don't sell everything. Again, not financial advice, but maybe if you're going to sell something, sell 80%, leave 20%, because you never know what could happen, and so on. So that was one big mistake I made with Decentraland. I sold everything when it went to like 30-40 cents, and we know, most of you know where Decentraland went. I had like 20,000 coins, and we went up what, $5-6 a coin, so you can do the math, and that was one of my biggest mistakes. But you're going to make mistakes in crypto. It happens in crypto. You're going to make mistakes. Just don't let it derail you and you just give up with crypto. You got to keep moving with it, because it is the future of finance, for sure. I mean, in my opinion, Bitcoin and crypto is definitely the future of finance. So just jumping back into the charts, the Bitcoin dominance is still at 55%, which is not good for the altcoins, even though we're seeing altcoin rallies. But a true altcoin season will happen when that dominance collapses, when it falls into the 40%, 45% ranges. So just very quickly, let's look at the Bollinger Bands on the daily. Are they squeezing up? Not on the daily, on the 4 hour. Not too bad there. What about any bullish or bearish divergences? Let's have a look at that. Anything showing up? No. What about the 4 hour? I like to use the divergence and the Bollinger Bands a lot, and that's it. If you're day trading, I like to use VWAP. I think it's really good. I don't day trade, but I've done it before, and VWAP usually works. So that is volume weighted average price. It's quite nice if you're doing day trade. So go and check out. I'm not going to go over this now because I've already gone over it this week, but you can go and check out my latest videos on this trade. You will see what I mentioned about this trade on there. Personally, I think we're going to keep going sideways. Worst case scenario, and if it happens, then great, because we can buy Bitcoin cheaper, is if next week we have a massive dump down to any of these Fibonacci levels here. So that's pretty much it for this week. Thanks guys and girls for watching. Go and check out my last video. I think I spoke about what did I speak about? Gala Games. So go and check that out, and let me know in the comments what you think, what coins you've got. Next week I will try and go into more gaming and AI as well, and let's see what happens next week. Next week's going to be a big week, guys. I'm sure of it. Whatever happens from next week, then going into that halving is going to be, after that, it's going to be absolutely epic this year. So thanks guys and girls for watching, sticking to the end, listening to me ramble on. Leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so, and I will see you next week. So have a great weekend. See you next time. Bye-bye.